Hello everyone, this is Pradeep. So today we are going to talk about how to add items to queue in different ways. Okay. So let's say we have a data. So this is my data. So I have this data in Excel. I'm going to use this. Now, what are the ways we can add an item to queue? Correct. So we have add queue item activity, add transaction item activity, and bulk activity. So for that, let's create a queue first. I'm creating a queue now. I'm going to give test queue. You can give a description, anything. If you are using the reference, you can use the reference, retry and retry as well. So this is my queue. So now I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna close this Excel. So let's go with add bulk item. So add bulk add queue items. What does it do? So let's check the properties of it. Commit type, all or nothing. So what is all or nothing and process all independently? So for example, we have a data of five rows. So if we choose all or nothing, for example, if you are uploading every time at once, if there is any error in between or some references are missing, it will go add all the details or else nothing. We can get the output as a table out of it. Or else what is process all independently. For example, if you are looping one by one, like row by row, it will add all the items to queue. And if you miss any data, like for example, if you are missing a third row, it will directly add it to this table. So let's try to add this data table at once. ODT. I'm going to copy this, paste. My queue is test queue. If I'm not wrong, yeah. So let's run this. I'm going to just debug. Excuse me. It's taking some time to open the robot. Let's give a minute. But in the meantime, we can also check, like for example, this is add bulk add queue items. So I'm choosing process all independently. So we'll go with the all other also, all or nothing. So I'm going to rearrange. So let's quickly check if we are getting the data or not. Yeah, so we are getting the data. So I'm just adding it. Yeah, I think let's check the queue now. I'm just going to refresh it. So we should be having 5 data here. View transactions. See, all the 5 details are here. So let's check. Sorry, let's check the details. See, James 200. I think we have all the data. Yeah, so this is the one method. So let's check other methods to add an items to queue. So we go with add queue item. I'm just going to delete this queue. I'm going to create another one. So make sure the reference is in this case, I'm choosing no. Just keep this in mind, yes or no. So we need to look after this later in the video. So now let's check the properties of add queue item. So continue another. These are all basic. So deadline. What is the deadline? So we can add a, like provide a date or a time. It has to process within this time, particular of time. We have another one is postpone. So for example, if we are postponing this item to another date or to another time, they can just directly mention it. In the priorities, I low medium, queue name, test, test, queue. See, the reference is, for example, we can directly add using row of something. For example, our first column is name. So names would be similar, or we can say a common names. But amount, if we are using employee ID, we can employee ID, that is a unique thing. We can just add it, so we don't get duplicate value. So what are the methods we can add to this items to queue? So for example, if you are using read range, for each row, now DT. Now you can directly pass this item information like name, current row of 0 dot to and mount, same thing for the next column. That's if you want to add a queue reference, you can directly pass it as the row of current row of 1 dot to. But we are not going to do that here. So this is one method. We can directly loop each single column as each argument. Let's run this. It takes a little amount of time to pop up the robot. Apologies for that. So I think it's done. So let's check the transactions. See, so we have 5 transactions. So let's check the details. GM's 200. I think we're good. So let's delete this. So what is the other way? Other way we can also do this. So if I just remove the, excuse me. So I'm just going to remove the for each row. Sorry for that. So I'm just going to remove the for each row here. Activity of control Z. So I'm just going to use for each loop. Now, so I'm just going to do this. So what I'm going to do is the table. We could have used that only. Dot use the for each only. So we don't want to change all the details. Make use of this. So out dt. So you can see there are two input methods. Item information, which we did before. So I'm just going to remove this. Now item information collection. Let's check this. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a dictionary and pass the items as an ARM dictionary. So let's do that. New dictionary of string, comma, object from the braces. Now I'm going to say this as a name, employee name, comma. So this is my key. Employee name is my key. So I'm just going to pass my value as current my current row of 0 dot to string. So I'm just going to use the same again. So this is my amount, employee amount, AMOUNT. So this is one method we can use. If this syntax is required, I'll be pasting in description. You can make use of it. So I'm just gonna make sure this is deleted. So I'll just run this again. It is going to take some time. So another method is add new transaction item. So this is similar to the add queue item, where if we are going to use add transaction item, so as you can see, if we are using add queue item, the status of the items it will be in new. So if you are using add transaction item, so it will directly add an item with the state of in progress. So that is the only difference. So we should be having anytime now. So let's check that view transaction. As you can see, there are 5 newly added items. Let's check that. See, we have added employee name and employee amount as my key. So we can directly make use of it. That's it. So if you are using add transaction item, so I'm going to delete that. So what we're going to do is simple queue name test queue. I'm not going to do a reference here. Let's create. I'm just going to pass only one argument here. It is employee name and current row of 0 dot to. So we can use the transaction item also if you want. So till it reflects, we can see the 5 deleted rows which we already did earlier. So these are 5 newly added transaction items. So when we are running this, so when this finishes off, so we will be getting all status as in progress. So let's see that. So I'll be getting my bot pop up now anytime. Yeah. So let's see now. So I'm just going to go back and refresh. Again, refresh it here. See, in progress. 3 seconds ago. That's it, guys. Thank you.